Yes, sir. Now, today, we're going to talk about Hall of Fame boxer Roy Jones Jr. Now, it has been announced a few days ago that his son DeAndre's death was by self deletion, right? And he came out and he released this information to the public. Mind you, the time right here, we have 10:13 p.m. that this came out. So with that being said, man, we're gonna dive into the situation and we're gonna see what's going on. So, and y'all said y'all like these freestyles, so really that make it easier on me, you know, because now I don't have to sit here and put up a whole. Now I like doing the slides and the presentations, but it is time consuming. It is time consuming. I'm not gonna act like it's not time consuming. So the fact that y'all do like these freestyles, it makes it way better. It makes it way better on both of them. So that way y'all get more content, right? So let's just do this. All right, let's just do this. So first off, we have Roy Jones Jr., which equals 149 in the ordinal cipher. Breaking down the letters in his name, right? Roy Jones Jr., adding it up in the ordinal cipher, R being the 18th letter, so on and so forth. We get 149, right? We have 149. Now, skull and bones also equals 149 in this same cipher. So depending on what other numbers we see, we could possibly have a skull and bones ritual on our hand. But let's continue, man. Let's continue. So the day that his son passed away was June 22nd, right? They said he passed away June 22nd. So in other words, the 22nd of June, 226. Now, I did see a couple little things before I came on here. Because Roy Levester Jones Jr. equals 226. The same day that his son in question passed away. The 22nd of June, 226. Roy Levester Jones Jr., man. 226. The same day that his son has passed away, man. So what's really going on? What's really going on, man? And his son was 32. So his son was in his 33rd year of life. But more importantly, man, he was the father and his son was 32. Right? He was the father. He was the father, which equals 32, and his son was 32 at the time of his passing. This was the same thing that happened with Ricky Smiley. This was the same thing that happened with Ricky Smiley and his son that passed away at the age of 32. And his name was Brandon. His name was Brandon when Brandon equaled 32. Right? But come on, man. Let's stick to Roy Jones Jr. for a second, man. Let's stick to Roy Jones. So let's do his birthday, man. Let's throw his birthday in there. So we have a span of 202 days. Excuse me, 20,247 days. That's the span of Roy Jones Jr.'s life when his son passed away. His son passed away on the 20,247th day of his father's life. Now, sometimes you can break these down. Sometimes even the full span of life will tell you something, right? So already we have that 202. Now we said that we could have a skull and bones ritual on our hands because Roy Jones Jr. equals 149, just like skull and bones equals 149. So it's very interesting that the span was 202 when skull and bones also equals 202. Now, we have this 47. We have this 47 right here, right? When the word boo equal 47. Now, if we throw his son's name in there, DeAndre Jones, if we throw DeAndre Jones in there, boom, we get the 47 in Chaldean. So Boom. The span of his life was 202 and 47. Skull and Bones equal 202. And his son, DeAndre Jones, equals 47. And the cause of death. And the cause of death. 47, man. You see how it don't take much words? You don't have to type in, a bunch of nonsense to figure out what's going on, man. Keep it simple, man. Simple and sweet, man. Keep this shit simple and sweet, and it's gonna be easier to prove to somebody. It's gonna be harder to prove this shit when you just typing in random phrases and sentences. I'm keeping this shit real simple and sweet, man. Nah. Let's look at Roy Jones. Let's look at Roy Jones Jr. Let's look at his record in his professional boxing career, man. Let's really decipher this. Let's really decipher this. Because he won by knockout 47 times. He has 66 wins in his professional boxing career. He has 66 wins, and of those 66 wins, 47 of those were by knockouts. Let's look at this, man. His son, DeAndre Jones, equals 66 and 47. But like I said, man, we said it was a Skull and Bones ritual. We said it was a Skull and Bones ritual. When Skull and Bones equal 149, the span of his life, 202, like Skull and Bones, and then look how many fights, look how many total fights he had. 76, man. 76. Skull and Bones. I don't even gotta type nothing else in. Man. Just with this little bit right here, we can figure out what's going on in this situation. With this little bit of information right here. But come on, man, let's continue, man. Let's continue. Right? So we got 76. Okay, boom. Okay, so watch this right here. So the day that his son passed away is on the 174th day of the year. Right? Just like number of the beast equals 174. And what do you know? 66. Just like how he had 66 wins in his career, then his son DeAndre Jones, which equals 66, passes away on the 174th day of the year, man. Number of the beast. This was his sacrifice to the beast. This was his ritual to the beast, man. Now, also, right, looking at the span of days after his birthday, January 16th this year, right, we get a span of 158 days, right? His son passed away 158 days after his birthday, man. When Freemasonry equal 158. And we know that in Freemasonry, there's a thing called the Lewis Curse. There's something called the Lewis Curse in Freemasonry. Now, this has something to deal with a family curse that takes place when the eldest son of a Freemason does not become a Mason himself. Let me read this right here. It says, according to the Freemasons, at this stage, they are changed into so-called gods. This in turn causes the eldest son of the Freemason to be a son of God. He sits in the middle of the rainbow, which is the symbol of the covenant that God made with Noah as the Messiah. If this so-called Messiah does not take up his calling to be a Freemason, he comes automatically under the Lewis curse. He will never be successful in his life. He will always be struggling with financial problems and will forever be a failure. So this might be a reason why these people turn around and sacrifice their eldest sons that do not become Freemasons. So now we see Ricky Smiley's son passing away at the age of 32, not 33. That might be resembling of him not taking the calling to become a Freemason like his 33rd degree father. So that might be a reason why they always pass away at 32, just shy of 33, right? That would make a lot of sense. Now we have Roy Jones Jr.'s son as well, passing away at this same age of 32. And what once again they say the eldest son of the father. The eldest son of the father, that's a Freemason. When father equals 32. So that might be why when they don't take up the calling from their father, they pass away at 32. This could be what this is about, right? But come on, let's keep on diving in. So this could be connected. This could also, so Roy Jones Jr. could be following the footsteps from his father, Roy Jones Sr. This could have started from Roy Jones Sr. because if we look at the span of days, right, 158 days, right? Roy Jones Sr. equal 158. Roy Jones Sr. equals 158, just like how Roy Jones Jr.'s son passed away 158 days after Roy Jones Jr.'s birthday. So Roy Jones Sr. could have been the one that puts Jr. in place, and then it trickles down. See, Roy Jones Jr. followed the footsteps of his father. DeAndre did not, however. DeAndre might have been the sacrificial lamb all along. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to these folks that be having these kids, man. Knowing something, man, especially the ones that have a lot of kids. Which one y'all want? Yeah, pick one. Like Nick Cannon. Anyway, let's continue. So we have 5 months and 6 days, right? We got 5 months and 6 days as well, man. Just like the Society of Jesus, man, 56. And notice how these numbers do not overlap. I'm typing in all these things, but I'm only finding occurrences. You know how y'all be saying you can only make one thing? You can make anything equal anything. So why is it more than not? Why is everything staying in the same context? Why aren't we overlapping numbers? Why aren't we overlapping numbers here? We should be overlapping. Why is it only one more than when I type in Roy Jones Sr.? Because it's in the context. It's all in the context. We talking about Roy Jones Jr. and his son. And we get 150. Look at this Masonic handshake that he giving Vladimir Putin, man. Come on, man. The proof is in the pudding. And here he is giving a Masonic handshake to Vladimir Putin. Man, come on, man. Come on. So now we know for sure that his son fell under the Lewis curse. Look at his father right here. Come on, man. What type of grip is that? What type of grip is that? Look how awkward his hand look. That's something that's done on purpose to show you something without showing you. But I think that's all we had, man. We got the 224. I know y'all tired of hearing about Kobe, so I'm going to say that. I ain't even going to say nothing about that. Y'all like, oh, here he go again. Here he go with Kobe. But not to mention that suicide, that article did come out at 113. Don't forget about that. That it came out on 113. Okay, fine. I don't have to bring up Kobe. Fine. I won't. Fine. But don't forget that bullshit equals 113. You know what else do, but we ain't got to bring him up. The number for dishonesty, 113. Not factual, 113. Not true, 113. And then what he died? He died at the age of 32. And the article came out. I wish this thing, closed. 113. Came out at 10:13. And his son was 30. Yeah, 113 and 30. Not true. Dishonest equals 113. See how once again we're not overlapping? You see how there's no 113s prior that we was typing in before? Now we only get 113 when we're dealing with deception. You see what I'm saying? $113, man. Let me see if it's something connected to his last fight that he had. His most recent fight. His last fight of his career. He fought Anthony Pettis. And there's another 4-1. There's another 4-1. His last fight was on 4/1. Wow, what do you know? Dishonest equal 41. You know what else equal 41 and 113 since you tired of hearing it. Tired of hearing it, but we keep on seeing the same synchronicity. But you tired of hearing it. Let me throw his name in there. Anthony Pettis equals 66. So, therefore, he lost this fight against Anthony Pettis to stay on 66 wins against Anthony Pettis, which equals 66. Then his son passed away. DeAndre Jones. Once again, do you see how we're not overlapping? I hope you're noticing that. How we're not overlapping. These are the only 66s on the page. So he stays on 66 wins in his career against Anthony Pettis, which equals 66. Okay, now I gotta add Kobe in here because okay, let's break this down. He was 54 years and 75 days old at the time. The round time was 8 rounds. Okay, let's break this bitch down. I don't give a fuck if y'all don't want to hear it or not. April 1st. So the fight was on April 1st. The fight was on April 1st. Kobe Bryant equals 41, right? Okay. He was 54 years. This is Roy Jones Jr. we're talking about. At this fight, they're giving me the numbers for me. 54. He was 54 years old, just like his whole name. Kobe Bean Bryant equals 54. Then he was 75 days old, just like Kobe. 75. Once again, do you see how we're not overlapping? Do you see how that's the only 75 on the page now? Then we have 54. He was 54 years old. Do you see how that's the only 54 on the page? I hope you're understanding that. And the fight was on 4/1, Skull and Bones. His Skull and Bones ritual was coming up. That's why he stayed on in his 76th fight. His 76th fight was on 4/1. That was them telling him that his Skull and Bones ritual was coming up. Skull and Bones equals 76 and 41. And the Skull and Bones ritual is his son. That's why that was his last fight. But let's connect the days to the passing of his son. So April 1st, 2023. We have a span of exactly 64 weeks. We have a span of exactly 64 weeks. Not a day less, not a day more. Just like the word kill equals 64. Notice how that's the only 64 on this page. Kill. Exactly 64 weeks after his last fight on Skull and Bones Numerology. Let's see what else. Okay, you could do a year and 82 days, 182. Check this out. Kobe B. Bryant, 182. How that's the only 182 on the page. Then watch this. 1 year, 11 weeks, and 5 days, 115, right? 115. Come on, man. Along with 115, right? Along with Masonic. Remember, we just talked about his son being under the Lewis curse. Masonic and killing. 115. Right? 115. You see how these aren't overlapping? 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 115. You see how these aren't overlapp 115. 1 year, 11 weeks, and 5 days after his last fight, his son passes away. What else? 1 year, 2 months, and 21 days. 22. There go that 122. But I think that's all we gonna connect. That's all we gonna connect for right now. I think my point has driven home. I ain't think this was gonna take me 20 minutes to do. 19. Had 19 losses. 119, but that's correct. I ain't gotta do. You didn't already found out enough. You already found out enough. So, with that being said, oh wait, their eldest son, their eldest son. Oh, so he's not the eldest son. Oh, okay. So he's not the eldest son. They went to go play basketball with their eldest son, Roy Jones Jr. the third. I'm assuming. So they say Roy the third. So yeah, they got to be Roy Jones Jr. the third. They played basketball. Now, 2 days later, DeAndre committed self-deletion, right? So the eldest son, so that eliminates one thing right there. That eliminates that eliminates the Lewis curse. Because he was not the eldest son. The eldest son was Roy Jones Jr. the third. But that does not eliminate this being a sacrifice by the numbers. I hope y'all made it far enough in the video to hear me correct that it was not his eldest son. Because they have an eldest son named Roy the third. So that's not DeAndre. But that does not eliminate this being a sacrifice by the numbers. $158. But I think that's all we got. I think that's all we have for this video. And then let me drive this one back home. Just to reinstate. So his son, Roy Jones Jr.'s son, passed away on the 22nd of June, 226. Just like his full name, Roy Levester Jones Jr. equals 226. Just to drive that point back home. That his son passed away on the same day as his name, Numerology, 226. Just like his name. And then we get 61. Just like skull and crossbone equals 61. Once again, see how they not overlapping? Only 61s on the page, man. This was a skull and bones ritual. Man. Even the time that the article came out, man, 113. Bullshit. Look at that. I ain't even mean to do that. Watch this though. Y'all gonna be like, here he go again. But look, it's undeniable. Come on, man. But y'all saying it's not linked. But y'all saying this stuff not linked. But y'all saying it's not something about numbers that's synchronizing. But why do I keep finding these synchronicities, man? In the year of Kobe, man. They worded it like that for a reason. And then they put the article out at 113, man. Come on, man. What is we sitting here talking about, man? It's like you either gonna get it or it's just gonna fly over your head, man. That's it. Only 135s, man. 243. Come on, man. And then 81, of course, man. Come on, man. But that's all we got for this video, man. That's all we got for this video. Appreciate y'all for all the love. Appreciate y'all for all the support. I'm out.